celebrate. Celebrate.
I wanna move, I wanna groove, so I can lose any trace of the blues, and I don't care who's ever there, but just beware. I tear it up like a bear, I rock the club, I push and shove, and then we love, until we both get enough. I like to rule, nobody's fool, I'm ultra cool, I kick it down like a mule. Give me the I just want to rock this town tonight and take it down on the dance floor, from the disco till the morning light. I want more. Give me the I just want to rock this town tonight and take it down on the dance floor, from the disco till the morning light. second to none. I'm number one in the category of fun. Walk through the door, no time before I hit the floor, and then I call for more. I feel the heat down to my feet, don't feel complete until I rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I just want to rock this town tonight and take it down on the dance floor from the dusk until the morning light. I want more, give me the beat. I just want to rock this town tonight and take it down on the dance floor from the dusk until the morning light. I want more.
Yes. All right. As long as you can hear me. How you been? It has been a long time. I haven't been on anyway. Ready.
Our lives. So good thing you're ready. So how have you been, stranger?
Hey, I am doing good.
And what
Let's
is,
see, what is it?
oh, I mean, what is new with you? I mean, where have you been? What's new in your neck of the woods in Cali?
New, you know, that's a funny thing. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. By the way, welcome to the group. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't know who I am, I don't know what's wrong with you. But,
Right?
But I haven't been. I haven't really been around a lot on shows or anything. The club keeps me pretty busy, and every weekend there's either a convention or there's a meetup or there's a 3-year anniversary for a store or.
I know. It's just, there's always something going on in the group, in some.
What's up, DJ?
But yeah. So for those of you that don't know, this is Puppy. He actually is a host here on VapeNet, as well as he does the LA Vapers Club, and that is a rockin' fucking club. Let me tell you. That's why it's so awesome, Puppy, because of all the fucking work you guys put into it.
Yeah, you know. It's I don't look at it as work. I mean, it
Right.
does take a lot of effort, and it takes a whole bunch of people to put it on once a month. You know, I do a 5-hour meet, and oh boy, we get about 150 people at a normal meet, and 200 at some of our bigger special events. Christmas, for example, is coming up, so I know we might exceed 200 for.
So are you gonna? Didn't you guys do Toys for Tots last year?
No,
Okay.
we don't do Toys for Tots, and the reason we don't is because everybody does Toys for Tots.
Okay.
What we picked a local shelter called Foothill Family Shelter, and what they do is they help families. They don't have anything against individual homeless people. It's just not what they do. What they do is they moms with single moms, single dads, moms and dads who are together with kids,
right.
But don't have a home. They get them into housing. They get the parents job training. They get the kids into schools. They don't take single individual people. So we really like that about them.
Well, that's
and what we do,
you're still helping the community.
Yeah, and what we do to raise the money. Last year we raised $1,500. This year I hope we raise more. We put together 12 Christmas baskets.
Oh, cool.
Each basket has somewhere, well, last year each basket had $700 worth of stuff.
Wow.
Each basket.
So what kind
and
of
we
stuff,
put a
though?
basket in the middle of each table, and then people buy $5 raffle tickets. The great thing about it is, if you only bought one $5 ticket, you have 12 chances of winning,
right.
because there are 12 baskets to win. And that's in addition to the 2-hour every month free raffle that I do.
Right. Good Lord.
I have enough stuff to raffle every month that it takes me 2 hours.
So what is in these baskets that you're raffling? Is it juice? Is it mods? Or is it something? How does that work?
Yeah, you know, the Christmas baskets are put together by Lisa Kellett from Vapers. She was one of our original board members, and she is a board member emeritus, so she will always be a board member, even though she's not active every month.
Right.
Although Vapers, along with so many other companies that I'll mention throughout our time, donates juice and shirts and hats and all kinds of cool stuff every month. This is one of my favorites right here, the lunch bag. The Vapers.
Oh wow, lunch bag.
And it's one of those insulated
ones.
Totally cool. So we give stuff like that away all the time. The guys from Cloud Kicker Society come by and give us to give away, you know, bandanas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's really nice. I have quite a bit of stuff here that my little collection, but
and of course the Vapers T-shirt hanging up there behind you.
Yes, and my Vapers.
Oh, you got one too.
That's my hoodie.
Oh, cool.
Vapers hoodie. And up there on the top shelf is a custom wood box from Baker White for their Odin. And but that one we're gonna raffle off maybe Christmas as well. That'll be a separate raffle to try to raise more money. Maybe with that one we'll do Safada or Kasa, you know, something like that. That's another thing that's changed in our area is we have the Southern California chapter of the Smoke-Free Alternative Trade Association.
Oh, wow.
Which is very active. Doug Hughes and Mark Burton run that wonderful organization in Southern California. So we've been trying to get more active with them. They come to the meets and make a little speech, and then if somebody is there from CASA, they make a little speech, and if someone's there from Vaping Militia.
So how involved is your community in helping the fight against all of this crap that's going down on the vaping community?
Well, I'll tell you, we have a large group of people that travel around California whenever there's a ban or any kind of legislation pending. We have people who've gone to our state capital, Sacramento. We have people who have gone to Washington, D.C. and met with congressmen and senators and the FDA. We have a very active Safada chapter out here, and as you know, a very active vaping militia. So we're very active. You know, when you see the pictures and the videos of our meets, it looks like, wow, they're just having this great time, a lot of fun. And you know what? We are. We're having a great time and a lot of fun. We have a blast.
Yeah,
but we get a lot of work done. We try to work with the community. We always have lots of vendors who have starter kits and juices in case somebody new shows up. You know, we're out on a patio, and the restaurant allows smoking on the patio. So sometimes people from inside who are eating, just, you know, normal eating at the restaurant, they'll come out onto the patio for a smoke. And we'll all look at them like, hey. And I've got to kind of put my arms up like, whoa, slow down. Smoking is allowed on this patio. Don't kill the guy. But on the other hand, if you want to offer them a starter kit and some juice and explain what vaping is, be my guest.
Right. Don't get a wolf pack on them.
So we do a lot of that. You know, I have these. I have a bunch of different disposables, like Smokeless Success, for example, is a company that I think actually makes a decent disposable. Pink Spot, one of our biggest supporters, they now have some disposables in their store and on their website, and it's filled with Pink Spot juice.
You guys
so I
have
keep
a lot
that
of vendors that are well known.
It's a new thing. It seems to be catching on, which is good because at least the juice won't taste like China crap. And so I carry that stuff around in my car. I talk to smokers all the time. Say, here, try one of these. You know, see if this works for you. Now, you know, I got to explain to them it's not going to be exactly like smoking, and if you get a bigger mod or an ego or something like that, you'll have, you know, to be better. But it's a good way for them to just
at least try
kind of
it.
see, you know, get an idea.
Right. Hey,
I started with the biggest hunk of crap.
Did you? What did you start with?
I started with a kit called Exhale 02.
Never heard of it.
I got it from 7-Eleven. I actually still have it.
They still have 7-Elevens? They're called Stop and Robs everywhere else. Hey, Robo.
Oh, no, we have 7-Eleven. It was a 3-piece kit, and the way it worked is you had the battery, like everybody's familiar with, but no cartomizers. They hadn't been invented yet. So you had what kind of looked like a 306 atomizer with an exposed bridge.
Right.
And then the third piece was kind of like, you know, sometimes you'll get an atomizer or something, and it'll have like a filter-colored cap that just protects.
Does it kind of look like one of those condoms, but it's closed and clear? And
it's plastic, you know, it's kind of like Marlboro filter colored, but there's nothing inside.
Right.
Okay, well, these original ones had polyfill inside a tube that looked like that.
Okay.
And a little piece of foil about halfway down the tube. And when you would put the tube on, the exposed bridge would break the foil, and then the heat would get to the polyfill. Total hunk of crap. One little cartridge is supposed to be 1 pack of cigarettes, and for me it's like 3 cigarettes.
Right. And that's the way many people it would be. 3 cigarettes. You're like, oh, really? This sucks. So how long did you vape on that for?
You know, I gave up cigarettes that same exact day, even though this thing was a hunk of crap. But I went on e-cigarette forum, which I found purely by mistake.
Right.
And found out that instead of buying cheaper cartridges, which is what I was originally going for, I ended up finding out that I don't need cheaper cartridges for this 7-Eleven thing. I need to order something different. And so I got a Pro Vape 1, 14500, 501 atomizer, dripping inside of them. Yeah, it's but I haven't had a cigarette since that day. I'm coming December 17th. It'll be 4 years.
That's what I was gonna ask. That's awesome.
Yeah, in April, which I know is quite a ways away. We just passed April, but then we'll hit 4 years for the club. So I started 4 months. I'd been vaping 4 months when I started the LA Vapers.
Wow.
And you know, I started the club because I didn't know anybody else who vaped, and I wanted to meet vapers near me.
Right.
I mean, I knew Vapers online back then. You know, Booknet. I knew, you know, all the people on Elixir TV and then Vape TV, which is still in existence. But they all lived on the East Coast or the Midwest. And
so you were the first then there in LA to start a vape meet?
yes and no. A couple of people, Chris Orth and CJ and Adam, had put together the SoCal Vapers Club.
Okay.
They'd had a couple of meets, and they just couldn't seem to find the right location. Nobody had time to put the meets together each month and run it. I saw them on E-Cigarette Forum, but the last meet that they had was about like 8 months earlier. So I asked in the forum, hey, when do you guys have meets? When do you get to meet together? When's the next meet? You know, over and over. I'm like, hey, trying to get their attention. And I don't think anybody was monitoring, you know, that part of the forum.
Right.
So I started a club, and they all showed up. A few of them were a little annoyed and angry and mad and frustrated and suspicious. Who's this guy? Where did he come from, and why is he starting a meet? And those people became some of my best friends in the vaping community, and still are today.
I bet. But that's really cool that at least you guys were to come together eventually, and obviously look at how far it's brought you to where you are now in the vaping community and the group.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that I think has contributed to the success of the LA Vapers Club for me is that I'm not in the vaping business.
Right.
So I'm able to stay completely neutral and work with all of our vendors and all of our store owners and all of our juice makers and the 50 or 60 people who come every month who also aren't in the industry.
Right. Well, I was just over at one of the shops here locally in West Columbia. It took me about 25-30 minutes to get to, so they're not like super close to us. But I went up there to get some pinup juice. And, I mean, the way I see it, it's going to be, I know it's hard for a lot of people, but I tell my boss all the time, I have to be in the neutral. Because not just vapenetworking.com, but the shows, and part of being, I think, in a business, you should help support each of the shops. Because if you don't have something, send it to somebody else. Send that customer to someone else. Because it's not all about you all the time. It's about your customers as well. And that's what I focus on, I guess. So it is hard to be neutral sometimes, but I get where it's good that you can be neutral.
Yeah, it's not always easy, especially with an industry that is continuously growing. There's a new juice maker or a new store every week, especially here in Southern California. Right. And so I've got people emailing me and texting me and Facebooking and whatever. Hey, can we bring our juice? And I say, yes, of course, please bring your juice. Feel free to give it out. Feel free to give me raffle stuff. Feel free to put your juice on the sample table. And they'll say, hey, and what about our banner? Hey, can we have a table? Hey, can we have this or that? And I say, no, we don't do that here. You know, the thing is, it's no secret that about 80% of our membership is the industry. So if 150 people wanted to put their banners up and and each one wanted their own juice table, there'd be no room to eat.
No.
And you know, other meets in the area do allow that, which is cool. The OC Vapers Club, which is a great sister club for us. And the South Bay Vapers Club, another great sister club San Diego Vapers Club. You know, we have some really good sister clubs out here, which is amazing, because then when we have conventions, which we're having about every other month now, maybe every 3 months, we all get together there and we get to see each other, and it's really nice. One of the things about the LA meets is we're very laid back. A lot of the other meets are high energy, which is great, because that's what the young people want. You know, I mean,
right.
I'm not old. I don't even feel old, but I'm 44, and you know, half the
I'm
people
the same
at the
age.
meets are half the people are 22. You know,
Wow.
and that's great. Good for them. I hope they have a great time, and I try to, you know, show them a great time. But we try to keep it low energy, if you know what I mean. Just more of a relaxing atmosphere, so that you have time to do some networking and, you know, hang out and be social. A lot of the store owners come to the meets so that they can make deals with the juice vendors and the mod makers and the accessories people. You know, we have people who, like Lindsay with her mofo,
Yes.
and her cup holder mod, you know, holder stuff, and Adam always has interesting things. Most Angry Pirate. Mitz has the Kumo. He and his wife have the Kumo line with the little charms that hang off. Tina has her glass drip tips. So it's really amazing, the variety. Let's see. Angel, Pup, what you're describing is kind of how they do. You know, and that's kind of how Vape Fest is. And I always like to go to Vape Fest when it's over here on the West Coast. And that's not to take away from ECC, which I just went to, which was the most incredible convention I've ever been to. The quality of the vendors and the amazing booths and things that they put up. And then at the end of this month, I have another convention right here in the same convention center. VapeCon is coming up, and then I just heard in March we've got Vape Fest in Vegas again. So, but I like the big, huge meets. Conventions, and I like the small, more community-like. I went to Reno for VaporCon West with Grim Green and everybody up there, and Scruff and O Fortuna. You know, a lot of people from Vape TV.
Well, sometimes you'll need to come down here, Puppy, in Texas, and see what's going down here, because we got a lot of Texas fun stuff.
There's no question. As a matter of fact, you have a convention going on in Austin right now. You have Vape Summit Austin.
Right now is the Vapor exhibit that happened this week.
Oh, you're right.
And then we got the Vape Summit that is coming on November 7th and 8th, and I can't wait for that one. I'm super stoked.
And I was so going to try to make it, but I have like 5 things that month that are going to conflict. But I was at the first Vape Summit in Vegas. I didn't make it back. Vapers exhibit was either the next weekend or 2 weekends later in Vegas, and I just didn't have time to do 2 in a row.
I know, it exhausts you. I remember that last year when that was going on.
Well, that's great. If you see me, I'll be the guy wearing the LA Vapers Club hat. Come up and say hi.
Well, I know if I ever see you down here, I'll recognize you right away. I've been around you for almost 2 years now.
If I'm coming to Texas, you'll know.
Oh, wow.
You know, I used to live in Texas.
Did you?
I lived in Texas
right.
twice. I lived in Bastrop, Texas, which is about 30 minutes above Austin.
Right.
And I lived in Waco.
Wacko.
You know, I liked Waco, though. I really liked it. It was a nice place to live.
Now, when you were military, weren't you down here somewhere as well?
I was. I was at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio when I was in the Army. I was also at Fort Campbell in Kentucky, and I was part of Operation Restore Hope in Somalia.
Wow. I love listening to you all the time about that.
That's 20 years ago.
I know. Okay, so let's get on. We have a few minutes. We have about 12 minutes left to spend time with you. So let's talk about more of LA Vapers Club. When is it going to be? And I know it's coming up, and I keep posting it. And it's going this weekend coming up.
We meet the second Saturday of every month, which is really nice. The next meet is October 11, which is next Saturday. We always meet at the same place, Clubhouse 66. It's a nice neutral location, and we've been there since our second meet. So for 3.5 years, we've met the second Saturday of every month. You can see in the chat, of course, that you can go to lavapersclub.com. You can go to facebook.com/LAVapersClub. Either place, you can find our meetup dates and the location of Clubhouse 66. And they love us there. You know, the waitresses actually fight. The waitresses fight to get to be able to be our waitresses for our event, and we converted them all to vapers.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Every one of them, and we include them in our raffles and our free drawings and everything.
Well, that's cool that you actually get them involved too. And I mean,
we do.
I understand that they probably love it because they're making some money off of y'all.
They make a lot of money off of us, but they give us the place completely for free, and they really don't care what we do. I try. I don't allow people to openly sell product, but I vendors that if they want to bring a backpack and put some of their items in front of where they're sitting, no problem. Okay. But you know, we don't want to take too much away from the place. You know, they give it to us for free, and this is really social and, like I said, networking. Right. There are 10 stores within 2 miles of Clubhouse 66. So
really?
If you really need to buy something at the meetup, yes, really, there are 10 stores within maybe at least within 5 miles.
Well, I have a question for you, because I actually have somebody that comes into the shop who was just there in LA, and he said he did not see anybody at vaping outside. They didn't see anybody even hanging out in shops, or he said he didn't even see any shops. I'm like, I don't remember where he went either, so I can't tell you offhand, but I was shocked because the
well, now one thing.
Go ahead.
One thing that contributes to that is that the city of Los Angeles, where the 3 or 4 million, people are right in the city proper, they banned e-cigs anywhere that smoking is banned. But we don't do our meets in LA City. We represent LA County. Okay. So that incorporates about 100 different cities, including LA. So you're not going to see a lot of vape. You're not going to see any vapors indoors in LA unless they're stealth vaping. And if you can see them, then they're not doing a very good job of stealth vaping.
Not too stealthy.
But I get 200 at my meet. They get 300 at the OC meet probably. Although probably 200 of them are 20-something vapors who never smoke. You get a lot of that. But Los Angeles County, I think in land area, is one of the largest counties in the country. Go to Alaska and probably Texas for that matter and find counties that are actually in size bigger, but they don't have 13 million people in them.
I haven't missed
so
it.
To see vapors, where are you going to see them? I mean, it just depends on where you are. Okay. I run into them at like amusement parks, movie theaters, stuff like that all the time.
Right. So Misfit just stated.
As far as vape shops go, if you go to lavapersclub.com and click on the shop button, it'll take you to a map that'll show you a couple hundred shops. And there's a couple of other sites that...
yeah, the big one I know that... the Vapor Map, I think it is, that Quinn does. But speaking of Misfit is just talking about the, have you heard about this juice, the LA Vape Club juice?
No, not familiar with that.
Okay. LA is packed with lots of people, that's for sure.
I'll have to look that up, but they're not affiliated with us. I'm not surprised that somebody would call themselves that. We don't own, there's no like copyright or anything like that. I did see one that said about 2 years ago there was the LA Vape Club, and it was like somebody opened a little private club where you go there and pay membership and whatever, and then like a month later it was gone. So
okay, that didn't last too long.
no.
They probably thought, oh God, there's a big club. Maybe we better leave.
Yeah, no, not me. No juice company here.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have.
I tried DIY years ago. It didn't work out too well.
It didn't do too well for me until I actually started working in a vape shop, and now I can make anything, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm with you, Original. Nobody wants to pay to be in a club.
Well, I appreciate you taking your time out so that you could come by, because one, I've totally missed you, and I don't even go into the meetings anymore on Wednesday nights because I don't have time because I'm always at work, and then I'm exhausted by the time I get home from work.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to be on. I'll never run out of things to say when it comes to vaping. It really saved my life. And Misfit, I'll see you next Saturday. Absolutely.
Well, you have a good time.
Vaping saved my life, and it takes up about 80% of my free time trying to get people to get off those nasty cigarettes.
Well, make sure you give Paris and Steamy a big old hug and kiss for me.
Well, I will. Steamy gets a hug, and Paris gets a grope.
Yep. Well, you can give her an extra grope for me. But thank you for coming on the show, Puppy, and have a good time.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Nobody ever talks. Anyways, well, we are going to switch screens here, and then we are going to do a giveaway. Puppy, you know where the exit button is. I need you to exit for me.
Nope.
Thanks, hon. Okay, well, guys, so I guess I'm going to do this. If you're paying attention, why is it always this one? Okay, out of one of those 5 flavors, there's going to be a lucky contest winner when I type the random button. You have to make sure that you make a, go to the website, and I guess I should probably find out where the website is, right? Okay, guys. Go to the website, make an account. If you are the winner, go ahead and I will give you a coupon code in chat. I am. So I hope you guys are on vapers.tv/vapenet. And I will give you a coupon code. Make sure you go once you put the item into your cart, make sure you go to view cart at the top and then put the discount code in there. And one of you guys are a winner. One of you guys will be the winner, and none of the mods can win. Sorry, guys. Farm, I think you just won. Not too sure, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm not too sure. And I don't even know if you're in here. So what is everybody vaping on tonight? How's everybody doing? How was everybody over at the expo? Did everybody go to VCCTN? Did anybody go to expo? I know some of you guys went to expo. And how many have went to Vapers exhibit? I missed most of what you said. Oh, okay. So you're here. You won. See those juices over here? You won one of those juices from our website on Innovative Vapers. I bet you are, Susan. Oh, instruction wise. Pick one of these flavors. I'm pointing to the wrong thing. Get one of these 5 flavors. Pick one that is a 12 ml bottle. Put it into your cart. Choose your nick. Make sure you choose 12 ml. Put it into your cart. Go to view cart. Then type in the code. But you have to be logged into your account. So make an account. Log into it. Put a 12 ml in of your nick. Put a 12 ml of your nick in there. Of one of these flavors. Go into view cart. And come back and let me know when you're done. And I'll give you the discount code for it. Let me know when you're done making the account. And I will go ahead and give you the code. For a free bottle. And don't worry, you'll check out, and then all of a sudden it'll say shipping or whatever, it'll go free shipping. Only to those in the United States. In the USA. Sure do. Yeah, Randy, I just recently did, well, you got my Divine too. And I know you like that one, but that's not on the website. Sorry. Well, welcome back. You keep leaving, Ms. Fit. And hey, Wizard of Odd. Kim, are you still even around? You're pretty quiet over there yonder. It is. Hey, what about my Divine? I thought you loved Divine. What the fuck, Randy? Do you like Pucker Up? You didn't get to try Pucker Up, but I know that the person that I sent the juices to, you should have been able to try because we did send him some Pucker Up. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my next guest while Farm is making... Well, at least you haven't fallen out of your chair. I'm going to go ahead and bring my next guest on while Farm is making his, what is it? Oh, his account. Okay, Randy. And we'll probably have another contest later on. And thank you, Innovative Vapers. Of course, I love Innovative Vapers. Innovative Vapers is my home. Hey, Two Monkey. Too Smoky. God, Too Monkey. I skipped that S there. Sorry about that. Well, at least you haven't fallen out of your chair. Just, Farm, when you come back, let me know. I think everybody's tired from Vape Expo. My next guest is going to be, she is from the Bluegrass Vapers. Speaking of Lisa, let me get you in to switch the screen, Lisa. How are you doing? Lisa? You're not talking.
I'm here.
Okay. Woohoo! You got me scared here. Hi, Mom! I squeezed
Hi!
So how are you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Doing great. You look a little bit different since I saw you last. What did you do? Makeup, maybe?
Nothing.
Get a haircut? No, something looks different. I don't know. See you later, Mish. Anyway, so I just posted the information. You are with the Bluegrass Vapers. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Maybe that's it. Ice Queen.
Okay. That probably is it. The new glasses.
Okay. Well, you look nice. Needless to say. And you look so red. You look shy. Why is that? You were fine yesterday. What the hell?
I'm getting so much feedback right now.
because you're listening over into the other channel than you are onto our station. You need to mute. Remember how you mute the sound that I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mute that one so it doesn't throw you off and just listen to us and hang out. It will make you feel so much better and not so crazy.
Gotcha.
I told you it'll throw you off. It's that feedback. It's like, whoa, what happened?
And hearing Jessica threw me off too. Or Ice Queen.
Hi, Jessica. Now that I know it's Jessica, hi. So, anyways, let's talk about the Bluegrass Vapers.
Okay. Well, we meet usually on the second Saturday of every month. Sometimes we'll change that up, but most of the time it's the second Saturday.
Okay.
And we're meeting on the 11th at Roosters on Preston Hwy in Louisville. And we've got lots of things going on. We're actually going to be having, I think, like 5 different vendors of scent juice.
Really? What? Do you know who they are?
Yes, I do.
Good. Of course.
I've got a list here. We've got Derby City Flavors is coming out, and he's from here in Louisville.
Okay.
And we've got Ace Vapers from Flatwoods, Kentucky, that have sent some samples for us all to try.
Nice.
And we've got Cool Breeze here in Louisville, and they're going to send some samples for us to try of their new VG line. And Juicebox Vapor, Vapor Lab, Jungly Juice, and that's just to mention a few.
Wow. You know, that's going to be so cool. I was just thinking, I need to get a list of all your guys' vendors, so that way I can actually post them up on the YouTube channel as well. When I do upload these videos to the YouTube, I could actually have the vendors, and that way, then somebody who hasn't heard, like I've heard of Juicebox, but some of those other ones you mentioned I haven't heard. But that would be a good way to get some of those juices out there.
Well, actually, Michael's going to start listing the addresses of the vendors that I just mentioned.
Nice.
So that should help a little bit.
Yes, it will. And by the way, hello, Michael. So how long have you been doing vape meets over at the Bluegrass Vapers?
We have run Bluegrass Vapers for almost 5 years.
And that is crazy.
We took over from a lady who had run it for maybe a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then she moved to Georgia, I believe. And she asked me to take it over, and I said, okay. So here we are. Now we have 350 members in our Facebook group. And we have an average of 20 members that come to the meets.
Wow, that is crazy. So at Roosters, do you guys vape them out, so to speak? Can you vape there in Roosters? They don't have a problem with that?
Yeah, they don't have a problem with it at all.
See,
we do
that's really
vape
cool.
there. We have public come up to us and ask what we're doing, and some people actually buy kits right then and there to go home and start vaping.
That is so cool. So you have somebody there that has set them up, and obviously, because there's like a million of you guys there that could show them how to do this.
Right. Yeah. There's usually somebody there that either is selling it or somebody that has, a battery to pay it forward with or whatever.
That's really cool when you have to pay it forward. Now, do you guys do raffles or stuff like that too?
Every once in a while, the vendors will send stuff, and we'll do a raffle if they send stuff. But we don't pay dues. We don't have anything like that. So it's all depending on our vendors.
Right. Well, that's the good thing about when you come to the shows. There's some of the people that come on the show that like last week we had Freddie and Jen, who's Chicks with Wicks, as well as she does Craving Vapor or the Refined Vapor where Dawn works. And what happens is, they want to get their juices out. They want to get their store noticed, just like Innovative Vapors does. And they go ahead and try to get a hold of people like you who are setting up vape meets and whatnot to have contests or raffles or whatever to help you guys as well, because you bring that money in from raffles, and that way you can pay for starter kits or something like that for a new vapor. So those are all good to have. Yeah. And so that's why maybe come on to the show more often. get you hooked up with some people, and that's the way it is just a lot of networking. And I know that that's the number one thing is networking and helping all of the people in the community as much as we all possibly can.
Right.
So now, have you always been at Roosters? How big are your people? How big are your people? How big are your groups of people?
We average about 20, and we go to vape shops here that are local, and we also go to different restaurants. We try not to just stay in Louisville. We are Bluegrass Vapers, so we do try to go all over the Bluegrass region.
Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of people. Now, I think we talked the other day about advertising. How all do you get the community out to, I guess, be noticed, the Bluegrass Vapers? Do you guys do anything like pass out flyers, put things on people's windshields, anything like that?
Actually, our vendors pass along the information, and we post it on Facebook, and we do hit e-cigarette forum, and of course with you guys we post it on vape events and stuff.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm always gotta do.
It's basically word of mouth.
It is, and it is hard, and that's why it's just a matter of trying to get you guys out there through vapenetworking.com, to get it out through both of the group as well as the Facebook page that we have. I don't do Twitter too much. I don't have time for it. I used to have tons of times, but now I just do not have the time to do that. Or else I would.
I used to have time too, and I'm busy now all the time too.
I bet you are, especially when getting these meets and events up and getting them ready. It does take a lot of time.
We're actually planning our Christmas party now, and our Christmas parties, it's like a mini convention. We have vendors come in and set up tables, and then, you know, people can buy stuff there, or, you know, just network or whatever they want to do. But we'll probably have 12 or 15 vendors setting up tables just at our little Christmas party. So
little, I don't think it'll be little. So what do you have planned in store for the Christmas party? Do you guys have anything to where you bring a can and you might get, I don't know, a raffle prize or something like that?
Actually, we give tickets at the door for the raffles, and then the vendors pitch in, and they'll just staple their card to a prize, and as they give that away, you know, they get their name out there. But we've got several vendors here that are really good about contributing for prizes and stuff.
Now, but I guess, well, it's like, were you here in the room when Puppy was on the show?
A little bit, but not constantly.
Okay, yeah, I know he was talking something about, what they do is they get the money together and they raise the money for, I think it was $1,500, he said, that goes to the women's shelter or a shelter there in their area. I just think yes, you did, Paris, he was on first. I think it's really cool how the community tries to do different things out of the box, I guess you would say. Right. And that's what I was wondering, if you did something like that. Hey, Betty Pate.
No, at this point we don't. Like I said, we don't have any dues or anything, so our vape meets are usually just people talking about vaping, about their experience, hanging out, exchanging juices, you know.
Right.
Talking about mods.
Now, do you have a piff box there?
We are working on one, but we do not have one at this point.
I think it would be crazy awesome.
It's just all our members. You know, if they see somebody in need, they definitely are pay it forward people.
That's cool. That is really nice. Oh wow! So now I saw this the other day, and I don't know where I came across this. I just clicked the link, and I'm going to post it into anybody who is in the room watching, typing, listening, chatting. That this would be, I know that, I don't know how you guys did this, and I think it is great. How was this done? Do you know, Lisa?
How was what done?
The Bluegrass Vapers discount card participating vendors. Now,
yeah, that was my husband and I.
Yeah, but it's really freaking cool how this is done.
Well, thank you.
And I haven't seen, I mean, I've seen like to where Quinn does his over at the Vapor Map. And it's really cool. And I mean, obviously, if you look at Texas, it's crazy. Or you look at LA and it's crazy. Or even Ohio now is becoming crazy. All these vape meets and events, or these brick and mortar stores. Oh God, that looks just like our card at the shop.
Yeah, that's our card. And we've just, I mean, actually we haven't even handed them out to our members yet. That'll be this coming Saturday.
That is really cool. Well, I'm just trying to figure out how you guys got onto this map like this.
That was my husband.
Okay, well, husband Michael, we need to talk because it's really
cool.
Okay.
Hold on.
But well, we don't have to talk now. I'll get with
you
him.
You can talk to him now. He's sitting right here. He's typing.
Oh, okay. Is he in the chat room with us?
Yeah,
hey,
he's typing. Say hi. Type to him. There he is.
Okay, you're wayward maid. Now I gotcha. Hey. Now I got your husband. Hey, BLVCK Vapor, how are you? Who's not as friendly, Joe Gotwood? Anyway, so yeah, this is a really cool map, and I noticed this the other day, and I thought that was cool, and it looks a little bit like the one Quinn was doing. It also looks like, you know, if you just Googled something and it popped up, but something like this, I don't know, I just find it really cool, the way it's laid out. I don't know. I like that there's vendors there, and you see the list of vendors, and then you see where they are. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And this will help too later, because now I can copy all these. If these are these people right here, I'm going to go ahead and copy in our messages. I'll copy that onto, and then I'll do some work tonight trying to get their websites, if they have websites. And that way I can post those links too with them. That way people can go to the websites through the website, through our video when it's posted. Ah, it's a custom Google map. Well, I like it, needless to say. Hey Jack, how you doing? I didn't see you come in. Hello. So, what else has been going on in your neck of the woods? Do you guys have any problems with vaping? Do you have any bans? Are you fortunate enough not to have any of the bans?
Actually, this Tuesday in Lexington, there's a vote going up, and so we need all the close vapors to get there and say your piece.
Oh, wow. Not good.
It's this Tuesday, though.
And what exactly are they talking about? Are they going to try and ban it? Are they going to try and ban it indoors?
They're wanting to, yeah, indoors included in the smoking ban.
Lovely. So they're trying to see, and I'm still not getting why people are doing this, because these governments are trying to stop something when they're going to look like fools, personally, I think. When the FDA comes down upon us, then what's going to happen is, say the FDA says this thing, but then you got all the cities and states saying this thing, and then you have to listen to what the FDA says. So everything they've done over here in the city and states are going to look like morons, because they need to listen to FDA, and the FDA is going to be a little bit different in what their ruling is.
Yeah, that's true. Did you hear about the George Washington?
No.
The Navy has, the George Washington has its own deck for vaping.
Really?
No smoking on the George Washington, but it does have vaping deck.
Wow.
USS George Washington. So somebody up there gets it.
Somebody must get it, if they're allowed to do that at least. But and this is a big thing too for even our military and all walks of the military, not just one, not like the Army or the Navy, but all of them. It helps them as well, and I know that one of the guys in Misfits, I think it's Vape Dad, he did it. All the Misfits, they were doing care packages to the some of the soldiers over there in Afghanistan, I believe, and sending the care packages to them. And that is obviously, smoking is not great, as we know. But thinking about, I mean, and I don't know if it's a movie thing that's going on in my head, but can you imagine you're sitting out there in the woods getting ready to shoot somebody or whatever, and you're sitting there smoking? Well, that obviously tells your enemy is around, and you can't really smoke and do that stuff when you're sitting there holding a gun. But at least with vaping, it wouldn't be as bad in the smell either. Because you could do BG and nobody would ever know. And it's not like you're out there blowing big old clouds either.
Right.
So, I don't know. There's, anyways. Aircraft carrier. What did I miss, Randy? You were saying something. Okay. Ice Queen. She must be talking to Michael or talking to you. That's pretty funny. I look up and I see Shut It. I was like, wow, okay.
It's those two. They fight constantly.
Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of speech bubble, now I'm paying attention. You're welcome, Farm. And congratulations to winning the contest from Innovative Vapers. And I will pass it on to the boss that you said thank you. So, anyways, anything else going on? You got 6 minutes. Fill it up.
Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, well, we've not only got our Christmas party, but in April we're trying to put together a really good-sized convention.
Oh, good.
Like, we're talking 100 vendors or more. Yeah, we're trying, but we'll see if I can get that set up or not.
Wow, that's gonna be big.
So if you're a vendor, reach out to me if you want to come and buy a table. Come on out.
That's the first thing they'll say is, "What? How much does it cost?"
Yeah, I don't know yet because we haven't got a venue. I don't know how many vendors we have interested. So if I can find some interest, then we'll know how big a venue we need.
Then the best thing you need to do is first start posting on the Bluegrass Vapers as well as in Vape Networking or on Vape Meets and Events on Facebook. Just start talking about it and maybe reaching out to just to call the host or call some of the vendors. Like in Cali, look for the guys in Cali. They are great supporters. The Vape Summit, it's just like and that's why it's good to go to these conventions also.
Yeah, we missed one Saturday.
Yeah, you need to get out there and get to them. I know it does cost, but it's good to get out so that you can get networking. That's what you need to do and get involved in the community. But yeah, look at your vendors. Look at Black and White. Talk to Kasa. Talk to the Vaping Militia. Just look for all the juice places around and just talk to them. I know Craving Vapor would do something like that. They go everywhere. Jennifer and even the Refined Vapor Dawn, both of them, they're really involved in the community, as well as Freddie, who's over at Local Vape in California. I mean, everybody's great.
Yeah, we'll definitely start. Well, like I said, it's just now in the talking phasing of it. This would be kind of cool. Yeah, and also another good thing to do is talk to Kevin, who does VCCTN, he actually does VCC itself. And he is a great person to talk to. Caleb is in Nebraska. I mean, if you ever need people to talk to, I can hook you up in the right direction. Okay. I look forward to talking to you about that.
Just message me and say, hey, Jen, do you know where I can start? And the best place I can say to start is Kevin, because Kevin started VCC and it branched out. Another one, Scott, he's getting ready to come on the show. He does Vape Bash. He's been in your place too, and he's in here as the original e-cig. I think, I don't know, what was it? Whatever, Scott, are you listening? Anyway, Scott, who does it? I mean, he's somebody you could talk to too, because he started doing it over at Vape Bash. So there's a lot of people. If you need anything, just let me know, and I will pass off all the information to you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon, and I hope you guys have a great time at your vape meet.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Take care, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And that was Lisa with Innovative Vapers. She's with the Bluegrass Vapers. At the top, I'm trying to buy something else to show. You know, there's a hang up button at the top that says hang up, Lisa, instead of just seeing.
Yeah, I can't find it because he's got the control of the computer.
Oh, and there it went. Okay, got it. Hey, Mac, how you doing? And Farm, did you get everything? I know that you got the code in. Do you need me to help more? I totally missed it. Thank you, Paris, for letting me know. I did find out somebody did it, but I don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm getting depressed because I didn't get to go to Vapers. I didn't get to go to the expo. I didn't go to this. I didn't go to that. But I did have a very good weekend. I will say that. I had 2 days off, on Saturday and Sunday. And it has been so nice. I actually got to drive around where I live in Lake Jackson and get to more familiar with it. I know. Well, hey, how about this, Mac? How about you come to Texas and go to the Vape Summit in November? I heard it. Got the juice. It's the second order that I'm not fixed. Okay. Yeah, the second order. Well, your credit card has to match your bank information. So if you put in your address and it doesn't match your bank address, then you don't get it. No, I'm not buying the ticket. I'm poor as shit. What are you talking about? That's why I work now. Work my ass off now. Yes, a video on Facebook. I haven't seen the video on Facebook yet. Somebody needs to post that video. Okay. Twerk, not tweet. Hopefully, Paris, he will post that for us because I want to see it too, and I haven't seen it yet, and I'll have to watch it later. But to see Marcy twerking, it has got to be fucking awesome. So we are at 8 o'clock. Marcy doesn't have much of a butt either. She's so short. But she's so cute. Don't kill me if you're fucking ghost in there, Marcy. Right? Pictures are this happen. Okay, let's see. Our next guest up is from North Mississippi Vapers, and I will go ahead and try to bring Beloved in here. We did a test earlier. I want to see this video of Marcy. Oh, there it is. Is that it? I'm going to have to... This says Jim Raines on it. It's on Jim's... Oh, God. Okay, I'll watch it later. Obviously, before the show. Hello, let me get you over, Beloved. How are you, my dear?
Alright.
Ah, you were just live and then all of a sudden you just muted yourself.
Sorry. There I am.
But I don't see your picture. You might have to refresh the group. I don't know. There you are. I see you now. Don't leave me.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay, good. Hey, Gav. No, give it a second because we are, for whatever reason, lagging super bad. Okay, so you are with the North Mississippi Vapers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And you do not sound like you have an accent at all. I noticed that earlier when you and I were talking.
Well, I was raised more up north than I was down here in the south. We
really?
didn't move up here until, we didn't move down here until I was in my teens. So
you didn't get that accent in the beginning.
Right.
So where are you from originally?
Honest to God, my father's a Marine, so we've lived pretty much everywhere.
Okay. Well, I was wondering, I was hoping you'd say Ohio or something. Something like that.
No. I was born here, but I was raised up north.
Oh, okay.
Northern.
You know, and that is so hard to say. You get people that sometimes say, where are you from? Where are you coming from? And it's like, well, I'm from Ohio. I just live in Texas. So, anyways, tell me how you started. And well, I guess introduce yourself, since probably everybody else doesn't know who the hell you are.
Dina Gann from Tupelo, Mississippi.
And you are with, obviously, the Mississippi group.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the ma'am. You know, there's a guy in here right now, Cam, and he always is like, yes, ma'am, when he and I are talking, and I love it. And I think that is part military, part being raised that way, proper. And I really like that. It shows respect. And I guess from when I was military and I heard that all the time, I got a kick out of it.
Oh, yeah, my father taught me well. He taught me very well. And everything was yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir.
Well, I think it's awesome that you have those values. So, yay, Father. So, when is your next meet? Your next meet is coming up. I'll repost it again. I don't know if you're actually in chat right now, but I'll go ahead and post it.
Our next meet is on October 11th. It will be at the Steele's Dive on West Main Street in Tupelo. It starts at 3 o'clock p.m. to 5:30 p.m. They have a really large deck in the back that they have allowed us to use for a couple of hours for the meet.
Now, does it cost anything there at the meet to get space, I guess you would say, or do they just allow something like that?
No, ma'am, it doesn't cost anything. They're pretty happy for all of us coming in and buying stuff off their menu.
So how many people do you guys usually have at your meet?
I believe the last meet was 49.
Nice.
Yes, it was large. It was very, very fun. We had an excellent time.
Now, do you guys ever get a lot of people that are, say, eating there at the place or whatnot, and they just decide, hey, they get curious, and they say, oh, well, what are you guys doing?
Actually, no, because we're usually cordoned off.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am. We just kind of honestly would like it that way. We don't want to get into a situation to where we would offend other patrons of the business.
Right.
And have any kind of backlash or anyone get upset over us doing any kind of vaping or anything inside the establishment.
Right. And I do get that too, because Cam and I were at IHOP, I think it was recently, and we asked, there wasn't many people in there, and I asked her, is it okay to vape in here? And she says, well, yeah, I don't see why, and it does say on there, no smoking or cigar smoking on the menu. But, that was something that we asked, and she says, as long as it's not big clouds or anything like that, no big deal. So, of course, we were respectable in that, but then, of course, you got a customer right there that was very far from us while we were sitting there, and they were like, that stuff smells. Well, hello, at least it's not a cigarette and doesn't smell horrible like a cigarette.
That's true. Yeah, now we did have a meet a couple months back at a restaurant who fully supports us. And there was a couple that did have a little problem with us, but it wasn't because of the vaping. It was because we were loud.
Oh, imagine that. How can you not be loud when you have a group of 49 people?
I know. But it was great. I mean, we had a really good time. Most of the restaurants that we're going to are very supportive of what we do, and the businesses are very supportive. Actually, I haven't run into a business that hasn't been supportive of us vaping.
That's good.
And when the ordinance and everything come up and they put us under the tobacco ban, a lot of businesses were pretty upset about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know I would be. I'd also panic. So now, did they ban it completely? Hey, Ross. Or did they put it under the tobacco? Can you vape anywhere? Can you vape? How is that working for you?
Well, the way the tobacco reads is you cannot smoke in any public establishment, which includes restaurants or stores or convenience stores or anything of that nature, and or any federal buildings, but it has to be 25 feet away from the front door and 10 feet away from the back door. They ended up putting us under the tobacco ordinance, but they revised the tobacco ordinance.
Okay.
To say that, or they put an omission in it for vaping inside of a vape shop.
Okay.
If 51% of your sales are vaping related, you're allowed to have a juice bar, and your patrons can test juices before they make their purchases.
They're trying snooks. And that's what, and you and I talked about this earlier. Damn, did I miss Jen again? I'm right here. And like I said, you and I were talking about this earlier, and I thought it was very intriguing, because it's nice to know that you're involved in some of this information and getting out there and making it people aware of the situation, because a lot of people don't. I don't know how to say it. They don't. Not support it, but they're not getting their community out there enough to help their community, because it's not just one person has to start it, but then you need the rest of the people to get out there and help the community. And I mean, these are your rights that you're fighting for, and if you're not fighting, then you're just, I guess, turning around and letting everybody fuck you.
Pretty much. For us around here, it's more education. Most people don't understand what it is. They don't understand what's in it. All they know is what they see on the news, and the news is portraying, they're using like the Reynolds, the RJ Reynolds, or the Blue, or those type of e-cigarettes that we don't touch.
Right.
They're using those as the reason for banning any kind of vaping at all, when we use the open system, and RJ Reynolds and all uses the closed system.
Right.
And we don't like that at all, because, honest to God, we don't know what's in there. And we don't like it. I mean, we're totally against it.
And the fact is that we also know that shit doesn't work, because you can't have the different flavors that we all crave, or the flavors they say that are for attracting children.
That's right.
I'm sorry they're affecting children, but I think you and I were talking about this earlier, is the fact that, was it your son who was, we were discussing about cigarettes and how when you're smoking, you picked up a cigarette at a young age. I picked up a cigarette underage myself. And if they're going to be, and I know it's the lesser, to me I see it as the lesser of two evils. I still don't want a kid coming into the vape shop, but I would like to have the support of the mother or the father come in.
Exactly.
And I will direct my questions to the mother or to the father. Then I can hear it out the corner of my ear, with the kid. And he can tell his mom and mom. I feel more comfortable talking to the parents. But it's obviously the parent's responsibility.
Yes, ma'am. It sure is. And it's just like, you know, what you were saying earlier. I started out smoking really early, and my son started when he was approximately 15 years of age. And, I mean, we tried as a family to get him not to do it, and we figured out there was just no way. And so I would rather him vape. I mean, if this option was available at the time that he started, this is where I would have tried to push him to.
Right. Now, you also stated, which is incredible, is you've actually turned almost the entire family into vaping.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many did you convert then?
Of my family members, probably about 10 at most.
Right.
With counting all of my friends and people, there are a lot of people that I grew up with. Altogether, probably about 35 to 40 people.
And I think that is truly awesome. And it's awesome because you have helped that many people, and with that number of people, they'll be able to help the next set of their friends and their friends and their friends. It's that pyramid thing, but it's a good pyramid because you're actually helping people and getting them to switch into vaping.
Exactly. And, you know, the crowd, the individuals, especially down here in North Mississippi, that are associated with our club or our group are extremely generous people, and they have paid forward vast amounts of mods, box mods, juices, you name it. I mean, even the store owners of the stores and the vendors and everything are very generous, and when one of our stores had a vet day where any person who come in with a military ID got juice free that day.
Wow.
And I thought that was very significant and very helpful and very generous.
We do the discount, the military discount at our shop,
so,
just because
so do we.
It's the way to go. And we don't have senior citizens. We probably should do something like that too, just because it helps. Everybody needs some kind of help, and if it's just even something this small as a 10% discount to help them, it makes everybody happy. Who cares? As long as they're switching, especially when they don't. I had an older lady. Older lady. She was like in her 70s that came in the other day, and she was looking for a View. And I guess it's an e-cig type, like the Mark 10s and the Blues and all this. Well, she came into the shop, and apparently I put two and two together. I'm like, well, I don't know where this is, but I know something that's a little bit better that might be able to help you. But she was stuck on that View, and she tried some of the flavors of the tobaccos, and she just did not find it. She liked this one View. So she was hard to convert, but I tried to show her that there is a better alternative than that, but hopefully she'll be back for that one.
Yeah, I work up at Amazing Vapers.
I don't know, Deacon.
And we've had a lot of people come in just to check out the shop and, see what it's about, and ended up, and they had no wantings to quit smoking at the time. They were just curious, or their friends had pushed them, or something like that. That I've had them tell me, I'm not interested in quit smoking. I just want to see what this is about. And I'm like, okay, well,
but let's
see about that.
That's
exactly.
The first step.
And last week I had a lady come back in, and she told me, you know, I hadn't had a cigarette in 2 weeks.
Awesome!
Yes, I gave her a big old hug. I was so happy for her. And her daughters were there, or her daughter and her daughter's best friend was there when she come in and said she wasn't going to stop smoking. She was just going to try this, you know, because her daughter's friend had pushed her into going in there and trying it. And we got her all set up into something that she really liked the taste of, and she said she's had no cravings or anything.
And
I thought that was,
it does,
made my whole.
And it doesn't it fill your heart to know that you did something for somebody that you know is good, and that you're passing on that good to somebody else. And you know, Johnson Creek. Deacon's talking about Johnson's Creek. I've heard about that. I don't know. We've heard about Mama Ross, you know, Fluid and Murdoch. We've heard a lot of these juice companies, and there's so many juice companies, and you can always find something in one of these juices to get you off of those cigarettes, and that's why it's amazing to have all these flavors, because not everybody has that same taste bud.
Exactly, and if you take away the flavors of the juice, you know, like what R.J. Reynolds and all them are wanting to do, it takes the fun out of trying to get off of cigarettes and trying to get away and ease down off of the nicotine.
And then
it takes the excitement out of it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I know if I was stuck back on, I mean, don't get me wrong, I started on tobaccos. I started on traditional tobacco from
I did too.
But that craving to try something different, because you know, even in a cigarette, okay, so you can have peanuts from a Camel, or you can have a different taste in your Marlboro, or different in Virginia Slim, but the fact is they're still crappy, nasty tasting, because then you still smell like that also. And I started with AM Red by Earth's Bounties, and it's probably the closest to a Marlboro Red I've ever tasted. And I was smoking 2 packs of Marlboro Red a day. Wow.
Within about 2 weeks, I was ready to stop it. To me, it got to where it just tasted so bad. And then I went on and tried, you know, other flavors. I started trying fruits and custards and stuff like that, and ended up getting hooked on creams and custards and such, and I can't even stand the smell of any kind of tobacco type flavor now.
Yeah. And then I get customers sometimes that come in, they'll say, here, my e-cig doesn't work, fix it. And then they give it to me, and I have to hit it, and it's a menthol, and you're like, oh my god!
Oh my god!
Because I don't do menthols, of course, and it tastes horrible.
I don't either.
I have to
I'll ask him first. I have to ask him first. This isn't menthol, is it?
Right. Well, with Brittany, we have a chick that works at the shop, and she doesn't do any nicotine. She's never smoked at all, but she is a vapor to support her husband. And it's funny too, because somebody will come up and she'll get ready to taste. I said, Brittany, stop it. I said, they've got 18 Nick. And she's like, oh yeah, sorry. Like, no, you'll be sorry here in a minute when you're on the floor from being dizzy. It's really funny.
Oh God. Oh, I got to tell you what. When I started on, you know, the small starter type tanks and stuff, and the little batteries, and then I moved up to finally moved up to mechanical mods and wanted to try dripping. And I had ordered a large bottle of Earth's Bounty's Nina's Nuts in 24 Nick, because that's what I was on at the time.
Right.
And I had a couple of small bottles in 6, because that's what my husband had been smoking on, or vaping on, excuse me.
Right.
And I still have that mentality, but he had emptied one of the bottles, and it was just sitting in my drawer, so I thought, well, shoot, you know, where we work, we have to stealth vape. You know, I work 2 jobs, so the other one I can't, you know, just pull it out and vape.
Right.
So I put that 24 Nick down in that 6 marked bottle and forgot about it.
Oh God.
Well, 2 weeks later, I get interested in the mechanical mods and stuff, and Scott at the store sets me all up. I get a mechanical mod, he gets me a dripper, builds me a tripper and everything, and I come home and I pull out this, what I think is a 6 in Nana's nuts, and I drip it, and I thought he was trying to kill me.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what is wrong with this thing? I mean, I was literally ready to just hit the floor.
Right.
Well, this went on for a week. I took the mod back up to the store 2 or 3 times. There's something wrong. Y'all got to rebuild it. Something's going on. I don't understand. Well, I decided to sell the mod, and it was a little old stainless steel 4.9. And I loved it. God, I love that mod. But anyways, some folks had come over to purchase it, and I asked Mitch, I said, hand me yours, because I was just, you know, too lazy to reach down in my bag and grab mine at the time.
Right.
He handed me his, and I know his was almost clear compared to mine, and I thought, wait a minute.
Right.
And then I remembered, and I pulled all the cotton out of it and rewigged it and dripped some of his and thought, I'm sorry, y'all got to go. This mod ain't for sale.
Right. So, what are you on now? What are you vaping on now, flavor-wise?
I vape this right here.
BRV.
Yes, ma'am. It's a vape for a cause. It's for the Vape project.
Nice.
Amazing Vapers sells it, and it helps out with our veterans across seas. They are able to get money together to send supplies and stuff to our troops who are over in Afghanistan and war areas.
That is really cool.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm very, very tickled about our shop doing it, and very proud of the owner for taking the initiative to do it.
Well, you know, and I've actually seen the Vape for a Cause somewhere around here, and they actually, I think it was ongoing for a while. I don't know what happened to it. But I hope that they've been doing some good. Obviously they are, so any of the money that you buy for this juice then goes to the...
Yes.
That's really awesome.
Yes, it goes to Vape project. Vape project.
Vape, and that's the one with Will Cohen, I think, that does Vape, I think, but I'm not too sure.
I don't exactly remember right off the bat, but I do know that they do have a Facebook page, and they also have a group, and
Vape, yes, that's the one with Will Cohen there in Arizona. God, if I could speak tonight. He's actually got a public group, and then he's got the actual website, which I will go ahead and post that information. And apparently, you can buy the juice there and support them, which is really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and our shop, they don't charge a penny more than cost for that juice.
Really? Nice.
Yes.
So all the money then
goes to the cause.
Nice.
He does that, and he does it for the right now he's the anime is doing a dripping line for cancers, and he's doing it with their dripping line also.
Nice. Well, yeah, check that out. What is the flavor then that you're using?
Colonel's custard.
Oh, so it's a custard vape.
You're right, and I really can't explain what it tastes like. It's kind of hard, but it's fantastic. I can't get enough of it.
Well, as long as you like it, and as long as you're vaping, that's all that matters.
Oh yes.
So, okay, well, we only have a few minutes left. So let's talk about, well, let's reiterate then. If you are in Mississippi, you should go in and see the North Mississippi Vapers. If you would like to be part of their group, I will go ahead and post the link again to them. And why am I calling you beloved? Is that just something that happened? Should I, or is that your name, or is that like a handle like mine is TxTunesLady?
That's just my handle.
Okay.
I consider myself my father's beloved child.
Aww.
I'm his daughter, so I love him. I pretty much just about think my daddy walks on water.
Well,
So
most of us
father's
girls
awesome.
do. Most of us girls do think our daddies are awesome.
I do want to at least say that during our vape meets, we are very, very vendor friendly. We have Druthers, E-Vape Escape, and Vaporwise come in along with the Mesa Vapers. Everything is donations from these specific ones, and they donate juices. They've donated mods for raffles. We do cloud contests, and we have just the greatest time. And everybody is just wonderful at these meets. Very friendly group of people.
Well, I know you get that southern hospitality, which is really nice.
Yes, ma'am.
So that, and they do welcome you with the, I don't know, when I moved down here to Texas, they just welcome you with open arms, and they just love you to pieces, and you get all the love in the world. That's why I like it down here.
Yes, and what's so wonderful about all these people that we work with is we even have the juice vendors actually come to our Gordon Tinsley of Horse Bounties there. Jeremy Jolly and Adam Warren of Zodiac Vapes comes. Marilyn Harrison also pretty much hosts the meets when we're there, and she is an excellent host. And we pretty much work together to put these get these meets going and make sure everything is a-okay, and we keep it all smooth and running, and everybody has the greatest time.
Well, it sounds like it'll be a great time, and I hope that you have a great time at the event. And the next time I have you on, when you get ready to have your next meet, I'll have you on, and then we can talk about what happened this time, what kind of food you ate, what kind of vendors were there, and all that. And hopefully you'll get more vendors into there. And I know that there's a lot of people here that actually come in and would like to get into different states all over the place. So hopefully you can get some more vendors and network in those people. But thank you for coming on to the show.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm very glad to.
It's great to have you, and I hope that I see you back here on the show because I love having you on.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope that you invite me back on because I'll definitely be on.
Awesome. Then I'll see you the next time around.
All right. You have a
good
fantastic night.
You too, hon, and I'll talk to you in Facebook. And thank you again.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. And everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Say bye, beloved. Take care.
You too.
I'm a hoot. Why am I such a hoot? Hit the Nautilus Mini. Okay. Okay. Let's get this straight. The beginner. There's so many. Okay. See you. Bye. Have a good day. Deacon, it's all starting with vaping. Vaping, you can start with the cig-a-lights. Cig-a-lights suck, but they will start the curiosity person learning how to vape. So go to something like a cig-a-light. Sure, you're not going to like it. You might fall, and a lot of people, I tell you, you're going to go to a cig-a-light and you might like it, but you're probably going to fail on a cig-a-light because they suck. They don't give you the vapor performance that you need. They're not going to give you the nicotine level that you need. You need a good nicotine level. You say you're vaping Johnson's Creek. Great. That's a great flavor. There's tons of great flavors in the Johnson's Creek. There's tons of great flavors anywhere and everywhere. You can find as many as you want. It's not like a fucking TV. Sorry. It's like vaping. Different devices give you different hits. This gives me a better hit. I get a lot more vapor. This gives me my 16 nicks. On a box mod or refillable, you have to do 3 nicks because I'm getting all that nicotine at once. It's all different devices, but it's the way to go. Vaping is so much better. So, moving on to Big Iris. Big Iris, I just got him set up. He bought something from Innovative Vapers, and he used a discount code PUCKERUP for 10% off his order. So he is new to the vaping community. He is new. He's a boyfriend from way back in the days, guys. Let me tell you, he was my first boyfriend. Aren't you glad to know that, Rob? And you, Rob, you know that, obviously. He was actually my first too! Ha! Anyways, so moving on now. He is new to vaping. He has had some medical conditions. He looked me up, obviously, because I'm big into the vaping community, as many of us are. And I got him set up on a VVV3, an Aspire Ego CE5 type tank. So I gave him the best wall charger, and he got a menthol smooth, and then our house juice, we have black ice, which is our #1 selling tobacco at Innovative Vapers. Therefore, I sent him a free sample of that too, because it is a very strong menthol, but he smokes Salem. So anyways, Mac, you're hilarious. So anyways, wow, I'm so hot about that one. Anyways, so yeah. I just probably put my foot in my mouth, right? Yes, Pravari rocks. I would love to have that. Pravari. I want one of the new ones. But anyways, congratulations, Rob, Irish. Just congratulations to the vaping community. I wish I had a device to actually show you. I mean, here's my Vamo. This is what I use mainly because it's easy for me to carry. I have a Finiac tank. On your tip that you have, you can replace the tip. We have tips on the site. This is a Vamo. It actually holds, if I can open it, because right now my hands, well, you know about my hands. My hands get sweaty. And I walk around still with one sock on and one sock off. Anyways, it holds an 18650 battery. You put that in versus what you have is the BB version 3 of the iTaste by Innokin. Anyways, that device will, let me tell you, if you have any problems, let me know. Yeah, juices, you are going to probably change the sweaty and sticky. Yeah, right, Mac? I am so hot too right now, and I don't know why. But anyway, so next on to our next guest. And I don't know if many of you know the next guest. I don't know. I do know the next guest because I've actually talked to him. I wanted to hug and squeeze him so much the last time. But he is big in the Vape Bash community and in the Chicago community. Scott, if you are listening, you are being summoned. You're very welcome, Irish. I'm not going on. Is it Bob? No, it's Rob. Oh, is it Bob that's coming on? There's no Bob coming on. Sorry, somebody's bobbing underneath the table though. Ah! Yeah. Oh, and I unplugged it, so. Oh, speaking of, guess I better get my screen ready for you. Why do I see a doggy's eye?
Oops.
And why do I see me? Or why do I hear me?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, but I see a doggy's eye. Why do I not see your video?
Oops. Hang on.
Yeah, okay, it's going. There we go! You've changed. You look shorter than the last time I saw you.
No, that's because I'm sitting down. Sorry.
Don't apologize until you're fucking sitting down. Anyway, so how have you been?
Been very well. Been very well. Been busy.
I bet you have.
Yes.
Because
Working on the next Vape Bash, as you were just saying. Yep.
I'm so excited. So. That's why I'm hot and all bothered. Because I get to come see you again.
Oh, you know what? It was a talking with everybody. It was completely enjoyable and definitely a nice little break from running around and dealing with the hotel staff.
Yeah, let's not go there, please.
Yeah, let's not. We're just moving forward. That's all it is.
Oh, because I'll tell you, that's going to be the story for until the next time that fucking shit happens again.
Yes, exactly. But you know what? We pulled it off, and we walked around with our head held high.
Yes.
And that's all that
And
matters.
it's still fucking awesome.
I was expecting a lot more complaints, but people, I every time I turned around, it was, somebody was shaking my hand saying good job. And if one of the crew, DG or Sergeant Taz or Turbo was around, I'd tell them to go over and thank them too, because it wasn't just me, it's everybody and the volunteers that did the work and really made it work.
Yes, and it did work out. It was a huge success again this year, and it will be a huge success next year as well.
I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with what, I don't know what it is, but Windy City Vapers Club, usually we're well known to pull out all the stops apparently. So we have a reputation to uphold.
Yes, you do, let me tell you. And and it gets better every year, and it's not just the venue that helps, it's the fact that more and more people are coming to the community, more and more people are getting informed, more people know each other, we're getting to see each other and becoming a huge family doing this.
We are, and you know what, it was more so a family in the beginning, when we were just talking about Sigilites, when we were sitting around with a atomizer dripping on a 510 battery.
Yay.
Though that's old school right there.
Here's my little atomizer. Actually, I got this from Vape Bash 2 years ago. It's my HH357 because of Phil.
It's gotta be Cisco.
Yes, it's definitely Cisco.
Yep.
So you're actually getting ready to have your own vape meet there in the community for the Windy City Vapers. So if you're in Chicago, head on over there because they're always having an awesome party. So tell me about it.
Well, our next party is going to be on the 11th of October. It's always the second Saturday of every month. We started at about 2 p.m. At Pop's Pizza in Roselle here in Illinois. Everybody just comes together. Again, like you said, we're one big family. People get together, show off their wares, talk about any new experiences, funny stories they have. This month we're doing a costume contest, so we encourage people to come with their costumes on, but it's not required.
No, but it's still fun.
I know. Me personally, I don't like dressing up.
Okay.
Now, my wife, on the other hand, she's all about it.
Yay, Jen.
Yes.
Yay, Jen! What is she going as?
I don't know. I was thinking just, maybe I could make her go as a vapor.
Oh, right.
And send her out.
You can make her go as a naughty vapor. Ah!
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
And she can start a new trend. How does a naughty vapor dress?
How does a naughty vapor dress, Jen? You don't know.
Well, we'll have to work on that.
She says, "Come back to me. I'll let you know."
Okay,
we'll have to do
we'll
research.
We'll do that. We'll wait for pictures when you post pictures from the meet.
Yeah. You know what? I'm probably going to do that. Definitely, probably post it to Vape Bash's Twitter. We do have an Instagram for Vape Bash also.
Oh, you do.
So
hey, what about Vape Tilly?
Right, we actually use the Vape Bash Twitter and Instagram for Windy City Vapers Club purposes also. Because since, we are, in essence, the entity of Vape Bash, we are the parent company, I guess you could say.
Right.
We use it to, instead of going back and forth between.
Right. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Only
absolutely.
To have it, since you guys are Vape Bash, you might as well post that stuff there. That way you don't have to add this group, add this group, add this Twitter, add that.
That's so annoying.
I know, it does.
What else? Like every other meet, though, we have great food. We have a raffle every month, usually about 5 p.m., maybe 5:30. We'll do the raffle. And you can win some awesome stuff that's provided by some of our supporting vendors.
Who are your
We've got
supporting vendors?
Oh my God, Jen.
That many, eh?
Yeah, we do. We get a lot of donations, and it's absolutely appreciated. And I can't really, to be honest with you, I don't have the list in front of me, and it just keeps growing. And
I do understand.
We'd be here for the next hour probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But some of our normal vendors that show up, we got Bubba Ganoush, also known as Bubba Tech, that shows up. We also have Speakeasy Vapes, and of course the original founding father of Windy City Vapers Club was Chris from SigTex, and he's been there since day one. So
that's awesome.
yeah, and it was actually kind of cool with Speakeasy Vapes. They've been members for as long as I can remember. And they decided to start a business, and they're doing quite well. They actually had their first table, or their first sales, or first table at Vape Bash last year,
Right.
and they did very well, and their juice was very well received. So,
right. Well, that's awesome. So I'm sure they're going to be back then for Vape Bash this coming year.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I'm excited to hear all about it. So, how do Sergeant Taz and Danger Girl, are they very involved as well with you in not just the planning of Vape Bash, but what about the vape meets itself?
Oh, absolutely. They are absolutely critical to the success of the vape meets. Sergeant Taz and Danger Girl are not going to be at the meet this month, nor is Turbo, Justin, also known as.
Okay.
Justin is getting married Saturday.
Woohoo!
So
Get that
Justin,
out.
well, Taz and DG are not going to be there. But I decided, instead of sitting here and not having the meet, to actually just throw it.
Right.
So I will be there, and Jen will actually be there with me,
Nice.
helping run the meet. And so just me and Jen there this month.
So how many people do you usually have? Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We have, on our average, we would have, pardon my Old Spice, on average, we would have probably, what would you say, about 45, sometimes a little less. Now, again, every vape meet, you guys know, you'll have an up and down based on the time of the year.
Oh yes, most of the time.
Typically during the summer, when kids are out of school and everything, everybody's going on vacations, going out of towns, hanging out, barbecues and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's usually a little slower in the summer for the Windy City Vapers, but in the winter it picks up.
That's the way it is on the vape shows. Vape shows are very quiet during the summer months, but as soon as winter time, when everybody starts huddling in to stay warm, we get busy.
Yeah, that's typically how it is there, because they get the cabin fever, they want to come out. But I see a lot of people. We have new faces coming in all the time. People bringing friends.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very nice to see that.
And that's what I was going to ask, was how often do you get a new vapor? Is it one or two, or do you usually have a lot?
Every meet we have some. I mean, I can't really right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'd say that 2 or 3. I mean, it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not overwhelming, but it's enough. I mean, it helps the club slowly.
Just one person is all it takes, and because they're talking, then once they get started, then there goes that pyramid where they start talking to other people about getting into the vaping.
Exactly. And right now, we have just about 1,100 members in the Windy City Vapers Club page on Facebook. And so we put out the meet information every month on the page. So if you're interested, or you're going to be in the Chicagoland area, or you do live here, be sure to join it.
And
Also-
you've actually posted, sorry, again, and you just posted recently where I caught it, where you actually did it for the next few months on how, so I got them all in, luckily.
Right. I put up the date listing. And of course, you can't forget about our oh my gosh, the Christmas party in December. We're well known for our Christmas party and some of the awesome gifts that we give away. And then, of course, our birthday bash, or as we, the anniversary party that we have in usually June or July, depending on what's going on. Again, everybody's busy in the summer, but we do have a good turnout for that.
Well, it seems like you guys always have turnouts. And like Snooks just said, she was in Chicago. You should have visited some of the people there.
Yeah.
So what are the most popular shops or shops close to you that you visit? All of them.
Some people say there's a shop 10 miles from me. Oh, there's 5 miles from me. No, like, I kid you not, I could probably go 2,000 or 1,000. What is it, like 3 football fields and I'm at a vape shop?
Wow.
That's actually SigTech's first shop down the street from me.
Okay.
I hang out there all the time, obviously, because it's close and I can get home when the wife starts asking, why aren't you home yet? I'll be right there in 5 minutes, don't worry. There's ones popping up all over. I've heard of what is it? Not Vape City. Wise Guys in Schaumburg, which is my town I live in Chicago here, the suburb. There's all kinds of ones popping up. I mean, you get the high ends, you get the typical that want to just make a quick buck.
Yeah.
So, which is unfortunate, but
It is if they branch out fast enough.
Yep.
That's why it's really hard to start. I mean, you either got to have the money to kick it down and blow out so you have the good and the better and the best, or because you start out with just regular e-cigs, and that's what's also good though, is you can grow with the community. Like, we started out slow in our community with little product, but then as the community grows with you, then you are able to stay with them by getting the bigger products. But then you have to still maintain that newbie for all your newbies that come in as well.
Yeah, and you know what the best kit for that I think it is? The EVOD.
You think so? I think somebody was talking about it earlier. That's why we actually got rid of our last EVOD, thank God, because it was an EVOD kit. There were 2 of them. So yeah. I just think the VVV3 is the best starter, hands down.
Okay, and this is where I think we're going to disagree, and you're going to want to slap me before you hug.
That's okay. I still love you.
And here's my thought on that. And if I remember correctly, the VVV3 is a variable voltage, right?
Right.
Okay. Let me kind of see if you think my way. If not, okay.
I'm open opinion. I have an open mind to anything. I do.
Okay. So you hand a variable voltage to a new vapor. They're going to crank it up. I understand. You're going to want more vapor. Everybody wants more vapor. If you teach them, when I recommend something to somebody, when I recommend for a new vapor, I recommend an EVOD kit. Easy to change the coils. No, it's easy to fill. And not only that, if you set them up with the right amount of nicotine without going over or under, just based off of what they're smoking, what brand and how much a day, you're going to be successful whether you get a lot of vapor or not.
That is very true.
Now, I have gotten into many, many arguments with, excuse the term, and the categorization, cloud chasers.
Yeah.
Many arguments about how it's ruining people that want to start vaping. Because I've heard shops sitting there building 0.2 ohm coils for a brand new vapor and sending them out the door.
And that's stupid too.
and it's ridiculous. And I think there needs to be more education. I knew somebody that goes, "Oh, I want to start vaping. I want the sub ohm at 0.2 going 2 ohms."
Big clouds.
You don't need that. No.
No.
So, an EVOD to me is pretty simple because you don't have to adjust the volts. You don't burn out so many coils. They get discouraged. I think just sitting with a 3.7, an IMR high drain where it's not going to drop off like an old wood is good for them, and there's a lot of success with them, I think, too. So.
And there is success with that, and I get you, I do, and that's where but on the term that I think, and not as a shop manager, I'm thinking as a vapor, because when I started out, I started on the 808 Sig-a-likes. And Vapor for Life, and then I went into the winder, the Dial-A-Volt. When they first started out the Dial-A-Volt, I got one before they released them to try them out, and I enjoyed those too. And that's why I'm trying to save them money, because if they're starting out little, that's fine if that's their journey. But I also think that if they want to start their journey on a variable volt, because they're going to get a constant vape all the way through, and that way they can dial in that flavor or that taste or what they're craving. But I always suggested at 8 to 8.5. You go any higher, you're going to fry your coils faster, you're going to go through your coils faster, your juice is not going to taste the same, but at least they can dial into the taste that they prefer. And a lot of people actually that I set up for 8 watts, they actually either, as a new vapor, they switch it into volts, or they actually go down to the lowest setting, or like 5 watts. And that's fine, but that means they can have their choice to change it up to different levels that they want. Or when they're drinking and they need that extra nicotine, they can change it. So that's, and like I said, there's pros and cons to everything, and I understand it, and that's why I'm open to the EVOD kit. But I'm also trying to save them money to go to $49.95 and omit those other 2 and get a really good tank with dual wicks, dual flavor, and whatnot. Yeah. So I get it. I get it. You're just that's the part of the vape shop. What do you do?
Right. Here's what I say too, is I always tell them, don't move up too quick because you're going to ruin yourself.
That's true too.
If you move up too quickly, you're not going to have something you really need later on.
Oh, but there's always better.
What? There always is. I won't disagree with you, John. Absolutely not. But don't move up too quick, because you're just going to want more and more and more and more.
That's
See,
true.
I ruined myself with Genesis styles.
Really?
I was the Cardo Addy thing. It was probably
I'm a Cardo girl always, and I will always be a Cardo girl, and people gave me shit at Bash about it constantly.
Hey, you know what? That's fine, but if it works for you, it works for you.
Exactly, and that's why I say, fuck you, leave me alone. I love my device.
I like flooding my Cardo. Thank you.
I never flood it. The damn thing's always dry, these damn Cardos.
Right. Yeah, I hated that. Burnt Cardo taste.
I know, and they're bad, and that's how people say, well, what does it taste like? Here, vape mine, you'll see what it tastes like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't believe, there's, if it works for you, then use it. But I don't know.
That's like when people keep talking about the HH357s. I'm like, this thing fucking sucks. I take 2 hits and it tastes horrible afterwards.
I don't know how I did it. I was just so determined when I started sitting there dripping on atomizers. Okay. If you started with the 808, but you didn't start with the 510, did you?
No, I did not start with the 510. I was scared to go to the 510 from the 808.
Okay, if some people you are old school in here, and I mean old school. Talk about
901.
But yeah, 901s or about 5 years ago maybe. Yeah, about that time. 5 years. If you've been vaping for 5 years or a little bit more, you know what I'm talking about. The carto modifications, the carts, where you had to put the juice in the carts, and then you put, it was like a drip tip, and you put it in there, and it rested on the arch of the atomizer.
Yeah, Puppy was just talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I saw those. I was scared to try them. It was too difficult.
Exactly. What do you think I dealt with? I sat there at my kitchen table modifying at least 15 of those damn things.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. And you'd have like 4 freaking atomizers because you wouldn't know if that one's gonna go or not. It was murder on your mind because you had to make sure you had at least 4 atomizers leaving the house. You had to have at least 4 batteries, and then you had to have at least like 4 carts in case you burned them or it went to hell. And then you had your juice and your China juice that was just tobacco, and it was absolutely awful.
Right. Oh my God. See, look how far vaping has come. And it's
I sit there and I'm vaping on a variable wattage 50 watt, box mod that you can recharge with your cell phone charger.
Right?
I remember you're sitting there, and if you had to go to work, you're dragging the damn 510 battery charger with you.
I know what you mean, and that's why it's like mine's plugged in now. My MVP is plugged in, so I can vape on it now too. And I got the old school version 1, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I got version 2, and I just keep it in my vape bag.
Hey, it's good to grab and go if you need to. It's better than the damn card lasers, but I still love them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I use it to charge my other mod. I just use it as an external battery.
That's not safe. It's good.
Yeah. So I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Or I charge my phone.
I think we all are, because I'm guilty. I'm using my Nook charger to plug in on my MVP, but it fucking works, and I keep an eye on it. So fine.
Right, exactly.
As long as you know your safety, and that's when they come into work and they'll say, "Well, I can use my cell phone charger," and as soon as they get cell phone, I say, "Ah!" and they go, "Oh my God." And they say, "What?" I was like, "That's a rapid charger. This is a trickle charger. Do not use that. That could go kapoof." And they're like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "There's no warranty if you do that, because you will hurt yourself. Just keep an eye on your devices, people." Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, at the older school, like, started with the old pen styles, or you would see a lot. I'd be hanging at the store, and there people would walk in and just slap down this blue weed stick, or some
Martin,
some Indian tobacco shop, and go, "I'm done. Unless you can give me something better. Do you have anything? This thing sucks."
Oh, hell yes.
And they'd grab it, and they'd be like, "Okay, garbage. Okay, sir. I'm gonna give you something that is gonna work."
I had something come in the other day, and it's called a Halo, but it was not the Halo juice, and I don't know if it was Halo itself still, but it had a Halo, and it looked so much like an Ego. And Brittany apparently already checked it, but then I checked it again. She goes, "You don't have a charger for it." I said, "Yeah, we do." I looked at it, I went, maybe we don't. And it had a 510 almost connection, but it didn't connect to the female part of the 510. I was like, something's wrong with this. So I don't know if it was a different threading or not.
No, these guys that can get these custom made and have the big money, they're being jerks about it, changing the threads to some threads, so you can't use anything else. Like, you can't walk into a vape shop and get an Ego or a Clearomizer tank and put it on there. You have to use their tanks or their atomizers. It sucks.
I'm sorry, I think it's like, and I hate to say it, because Vapor for Life will always be part of my life, because that's where I started and that's where I gave my heart to. But to be that proprietary in the 510 world can damage you.
Well, think of it this way, and you know, I'm gonna have to watch my back for the next week with the Apple fans, but because I might get whacked in the head with a bent iPhone 6 Plus. But to be honest with you, Apple's doing the same thing with their charger. You know, you have to buy their chargers or the proprietary chargers that people are making third party through China and stuff. But
it's
you're
not
right.
Apple.
It's
not just Apple, because if you think about it, Dell, anybody that has this is why I don't do pre-built computers, because they suck ass. Because you can't update. Like, if you want to put in a better hard drive, or if you want to put in RAM into that computer, you have to go with Dell, with HP, with all these other companies. And so, again, I don't know. The whole proprietary thing sucks ass.
Well, you know, you're starting to change my heart here, Jen. I'm going to have to get off this interview and throw my computer away because I'm using an HP. So.
See, I'm not an HP person either. I just don't like pre-built computers.
You know what?
If you're smart enough to put this object and this object into there, you're good to go. Make your own computer.
Okay, all right, but do you like being able to take your laptop or your computer with you if you go somewhere? Now, I know, again, we're talking about, you know, cell phones are becoming as powerful as computers now, right. But if I could pre-build my own damn laptop,
okay,
I'd be good.
Laptops. You're talking laptops. They're a whole different thing. Because if you're talking, now, I'm tower. If you're going to build your own tower, fine. But laptops, you can't, they're really a pain in the ass to build, let's tell you. So, yes, going with a pre-built laptop, sure, go. Because you're on the fly. And a lot of the companies, they're doing great jobs at building them right now. But that's when you go to the people and say, hey, fix this, fix it up. I want it better and better.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I have a little quick comment for Snooks here. He has an HP PC for 5 years and it's still going, no issues. Mm-hmm. Snooks, are you like a heavy-duty, like a Christian? Because you probably didn't look at any porn, so it's not bogged down. Sorry, Snooks. That was too easy.
Okay, with that, we are out of time. Watch is up next, Vaping Watch. And you can keep an eye on Todd. Laugh out loud, you're bad. Jesus. Okay.
Okay, now I got him talking. Oh my god.
Well, you keep talking because apparently Watch doesn't see anyone in the room.
What?
He's come into the room, but he must be in the wrong room because he doesn't see anybody chatting. Good night, Randy. And everybody, thank you for coming to the show tonight. Scott, I really appreciate you finally getting onto the show and hanging out with me. Tell Jen I said hi. And
I will.
I'll have you on again. I'm sure there's Watch Now. And I will definitely see you at Vape Bash this year. You do need to know that the goddesses, we told you this past year in April, is that this is the goddess hangout. You know, it was... And I don't know if I got the time to tell you, but 2 years ago, we went to Vape Bash. It was our first Vape Bash where all of us goddesses met. Our goddesses started at Vapor for Life. That's where we all met each other. There were 13 of us, and we all met each other at Vapor for Life in the forum. Well, obviously, we couldn't talk about 510 products at an 808 company. So we started... Jennifer started the group over the Tankanista Goddesses over on Facebook. Then we became, you know, just the group where we talked and hung out, and it was just us group. A girl group that could talk about things, and not just vaping products, but everything in life. And then we met up at Vape Bash 2 years ago, and then it just carried on. This is Vape Bash for the goddesses every year, and that's why the goddesses meet at Vape Bash every year. Therefore, you should be happy that you have the goddesses at Vape Bash.
Is that what I interrupted at the table?
What, our girl thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I crashed that thing hard.
Well, yeah, you did, but you did it in a good way because we all love having you hang out with us. Crash it.
It was absolutely fun. It really was. I was like I said, I was very pleased to be able to take a break and sit down and BS with you guys for a while.
It was great to have you, and we will look forward to it this year too, to see you again and come hang out with the girls.
We should be. By the way, I know some of you are like, okay, well, when is it? We should be announcing, hopefully, I would say in October, the end of October, sometime in November, all the information. We usually announce it after VaporCon East, so that they, we don't want to take the
limelight.
Yeah, basically off of them. And so we'll be announcing it then.
And I'm so super stoked! I can't wait.
Yeah, you guys, if you have not been to Bash, you need to come to Bash at least once.
Everybody needs to come to Bash.
Whether you guys carpool, whether you take the train, there's always somebody willing to help you out and maybe, guide you through the transportation or whatever.
It was
We'll tell you all about it in late October, early November.
Yes.
But again, this Saturday, I'll just recap. This Saturday, 2 p.m., Pop's Pizza in Roselle here in Illinois. It's the Windy City Vapers Club meet. We start at 2, and we go till whenever. The last man standing, basically.
Well, thank you again, Scott, for having you come on and hang out with me for a little bit. And actually, I get me time with you for once instead of all the millions of people, thousands of people at Vape Bash.
Yeah. Well, Jen, I've always tried to make time for you, and it's always nice to see you at each Bash. Last year was finally the first one I was able to be there all 3 days because of the past 2 years. Just things coming up.
Right.
But it's worth it. It really is worth it. You guys. And Thayer, I hope I'm saying your name right. Yes, Bash is in Chicago. It's always going to be in Chicago. It's not going anywhere else.
And it's a blast.
Big Bash is I'm not Chicago because good old Rom banned e-cigs indoors, so he lost my money. So did Rosemont.
But
anyway, yeah, they did that. What, 3-4 months ago during the summer, I think, Jen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was.
It was right after Bash.
Oh, it was right after Bash.
Oh.
That's right.
Great.
That's true. Vicky from Signat. She is a huge campaigner here in the Chicagoland area for e-cigs and going after political figures.
Right.
She does a very good job of it, and she went after Rom and all of them with fangs and teeth bared. It was great. But yeah, guys, if you come to Bash, it's gonna be a whole new experience for you.
Canadian. He's in Canada. He's in Canada. He
Canada
has to come. Yes, and he could probably get a ride with DJ and come down again.
Yeah, that's true. Just make sure you check the person before you let the passenger in your car. You don't know what they're carrying.
Right.
You get to American Customs, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, it is. Well, welcome back. Okay, well, Watch is coming up. We're going to run. We went overtime. Sorry, Watch. We love you. It's 9/11. I hate that time every time I say 9/11. So, you guys have a great night. Jen, you, Scott, both have a great night. And we'll be seeing you all soon. And have a great meet.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on, Jen.
You're welcome. And we'll see you soon.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay, guys, with Watch, we will be up next, so you hang out, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good night, and thank you for joining us. I had a great time. I hope you guys all did too. See you soon. Love you.